We live.
We live. We live. We live. We live. Ooh.
But that looks fine.
I don't want to fall while we're talking. Anywho, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on? He's late like always.
I'm early.
He's late.
Party don't start till I drop in.
He's
Y'all
late.
Know how we do. Y'all know how we do. Anywho, what's going on, everybody? This is
He's
your
still
boy,
trying to show up because he's still
Dr.
late.
Rogers, a.k.a. Master Teacher 33, the bomb
Not
triple.com, hanging out with Triple Chocolate.
Are you ready yet?
Before I came out the womb ready.
It don't look like it.
I'm just saying, I came out the womb ready.
What are you doing? You can't hold it like that the whole time.
Why not? I'm ambidextrous. I'm multi-talented.
He's special.
That is true.
What's up, Wells?
I'm very special. Conrad, what's up, Conrad?
Bet, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do it like this. I'm
No,
holding.
you cannot.
Why?
Why you don't just put it down like it before?
I don't know. It's gonna be too low. Let's see what we're gonna make it do what it do. Right, Conrad? We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay, there we go.
There we go. That's better.
So today,
That's good. Yeah.
brothers and sisters, let's get this party popping. Today we're gonna break down the difference between compatibility and comfort. We want to talk about in relationships.
You mean comfort, like
Comfort as in
being with somebody rather.
just being with somebody because it's easy, it's comfortable. It doesn't require no effort, no work. You may or may not like the person. I ain't got but it's all about y'all know how y'all do. Y'all females do.
Yeah.
Y'all know how y'all women are.
No, you didn't.
Right, Conrad? We're gonna leave that alone.
I'm not worried about you.
Y'all females.
Whatever.
But we want to talk about not only comfort, we want to talk about chemistry and compatibility compared to connection. So we have to really, really break down this word connection because I'm talking about a spiritual connection versus a physical one. Now, obviously, it's great to have all of this. It's great to have all of the C's. What are you talking about?
Oh, he says a little on the floor behind you, so I look, and he like made you look. Really?
Who on the floor?
A lizard. That's all. Like what?
So we want to break this down today, and we have our own YouTube channel that we want to kick off, get you guys to join. It's called Will and D 829 at YouTube, but it wouldn't let me go live on the YouTube, so I'm using my regular YouTube channel, which is YouTube Master Teacher 33.
Because he keep getting kicked off.
Yeah, I'm always in YouTube jail, Facebook jail, because I be dropping that knowledge. Y'all know how we do.
Yes, we know
And so,
how you do.
And
so let's go.
Let's go, baby. So what is connection for you? When I say connection, what does that mean for you?
Connection for me is built over a period of time. It's just not like you have that first connection, like you meet somebody and you like, man, like it felt like you've been knowing them for like a while or whatever. You have that, and then like, hey, Sir Washington, and then you have the connection over a period of time, which I think is stronger and better for me.
Right. So, and that's the answer most people give, which is
most people.
You triple chocolate.
Whatever.
So, relationships normally are built over time, and that's not bad or good. What we're talking about is there is a connection that can be created or destroyed. Like immediately when I saw her, we was at work, and as soon as our eyes met, that was a connection. That was it includes what I call chemistry, but I couldn't see. I just saw basically, because we were sitting at a table like this.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what she looked like physically.
Yeah.
And I hadn't talked to her or anything, but that was an immediate spiritual, I'm using the word spiritual, connection. That was this cosmic connection. It's universal. It's not something that's man-made. It's something that is established. I'm using the word by, source. And so this chemistry, this comfort that we have, the compatibility, because we have a lot of things that we have in common. We actually have more things that we don't have in common than we do have in common. And so a lot of people ask me, a lot of my clients, because of all my clients, they know what I talk about, they know what I do every day. So they ask me, man, how does you guys' relationship work? Because they understand that we don't agree quote unquote, on a lot of the topics that I discuss, that I talk about, which brings us to the point of today's message. And so, connection can't be established or built, because connection is automatic. It's like energy. So energy cannot be created or destroyed. But all of the other C's can. Comfort, compatibility, and chemistry, all of those things develop over time. Yeah. And so I want to talk about, for me, I kind of wrote down 3 things that establish this, what I call connection. And this is the 3 things, and this is really big, especially for women, because most women, they don't know that men, we actually need and we actually want value. So those 3 things needed.
When you say value, what do you mean?
And being valued, which gets to the real reading behind what I want to really discuss is the psychology behind value. So, like,
when you say value, what do you mean by value?
Right, because there's a lot of narratives. Let me see if this goes. There's like, because
I don't like it now.
Oh, for real?
No.
Because of the Kevin Samuels thing, and so there's a lot of people who are getting value misconstrued, if you will. So value has nothing to do with economics. For men, value has to do with us understanding that I feel valued when I feel trusted, accepted, and respected. So what a man is looking for in a relationship is a woman, because when I say, when a woman hears the word, men, we want to feel needed. But women don't want, I'm not talking about needy, I'm talking about needed. That just simply means that I have something to do. So if a woman tells me I don't need a man, as a man, I'm out. Because what the woman is telling me is that I have no space for you. There's no room in the cottage for you. I like hanging around with you, but I need something to do. Because men, we're designed by God to build. That's why God created us, and He put us in the garden. Right, Sean? Sean
Washington, yeah. So I got a question. So we got a couple of men on here too. So men, what are the most 3 things out of a relationship that you need that your wife to do, or your woman, your girlfriend, or whatever to do? Like, is that, because I always thought, because I think women, we get needy and need mixed up.
Right, exactly. That's the smoking gun.
But it's really hard for a woman, right? Because you don't want to come off needy, like myself. Yep. I never wanted to come off needy,
right?
But I was like, when we first got together, you was like, you don't need a man, and I was like,
right. That's how I felt.
I didn't get it, yeah.
Because you were so, and this is big for black women, and this is the trap that a lot of black women fall into, because black women, y'all were forced to be strong just because of black men not being there. And there's a lot of reasons. We get to the psychological effects of slavery and Willie Lynch and all this stuff, but we can look at the 60s stuff that Nixon passed to get black men out of the home.
Right.
So black women they had to, though, because there was no black men. We was all in prison, or, we was all getting, still what's going on today. And so there's been an attack on masculinity.
Yes.
And so the masculinity, now most black men that I know are very feminine, under the age of 30. Now I'm not saying all, but a lot of black men. So why would a woman want a man that has the same attributes as her?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me, ladies. I would not like all of these feminized men who walk around with their hair up in a bun like women, and they got skinny jeans on. Like, I have no respect for dudes like that. Not because of anything that they've done or not done, but because they got conned into buying the dominant culture's belief system, especially for our keeping on, especially for black folks, which is what I'm primarily talking to today. I can't talk about being a white man since I ain't white, but I can talk about being a black man in America. Yeah. So as a black man, I need my wife to create a space where I can do something. Sure. So if I don't feel valued, if I don't feel needed, because really the word value means needed and wanted.
So question, what's the difference between a woman being needy and a man being needed?
Easy. When a man is needed, That's an energy that a woman creates by allowing the man to lead. So when I say needy means that the woman is looking for the man to do something for her that she should do for herself. So a woman that is needy is a woman that doesn't do for herself or have the capability to do for herself or have the mental disposition. What do I mean by do for herself? As a man, kind of like what happened to when we was at HEB. So that's the difference between being needy. We was at HEB.
Oh boy.
That's Sister Kenesha.
Yeah, that's Case.
Hey, Sister Kenesha.
Girl, you know I get down.
We was at HEB. Sister Cheryl, we was at HEB. That's a grocery store in Texas. So she put something in the basket. We were buying sweets.
It was some blueberry muffins.
She wanted the muffins. I wanted the cookies. So since I was paying, I put the cookies in the basket. She put the muffins in the basket. I take the muffins out of the basket.
Right.
And I was like, we ain't getting this. And I put it on the shelf. Sister Kenesha, you should have saw the vibe change in the store. Now, I was just joking.
Oh, man.
This Negro said, she grabbed the muffins, she put them back in the basket, and this Negro said, that's the reason why I got a job. So I can buy my own shiznits. And she's supposed to be saved.
I am. Hello.
I mean, but it wasn't like, I was joking, but she was serious.
Yes, that
she
was
serious.
Like, yes.
Hold up. Now that's the difference between being needed and needy. A woman that's in a position, if the man nut up, I got this. That's the difference. Now, if you needy, that means that you got to do what the man say, because you ain't got no options.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
A needy woman is a woman that don't got options.
I see what you're saying. Okay,
so ladies, and it is what it is. This is the hardest thing. Men too. That's a feminized male. Men, there's no way in beep. You should put yourself in a position where you need the woman. You should be there because you want
to be there.
Be there, not because you ain't got no options. So if you come home and the apartment or the house is in your girlfriend's name or your wife's name, and she said, "Boo," you come home and all your stuff is on the street. Boo. You should just load up in your car and move on to the next spot. But if you are a feminized male, you ain't got no options. You got to beg, borrow, please, baby, please take me back. Because why? You ain't got no options. So that works for both parties. Both sides actually should be in a position where they are. What's up, Sister Diane? So that way,
I want you to say, "Oh, I got options."
And so you wanna make sure that you keep yourself in a position where, obviously, and that's what I mean when I say, as a man, I know my wife can do everything by herself. She can open the car door. She can pump gas. Everything I can do, she can do the same or better. But she allows me to open the door for her. She allows
now that was hard though.
To pump the gas.
That was hard. I'm telling you.
And I understand.
It was real hard because I had to learn not as a woman, it was as a lady that I had to slow down.
Right.
I had to stop being like on my terms kind of like situation. If you don't open the door when I say so, if you don't take the trash when I say so, then it made it feel like it was a mother and son relationship.
Right.
And then in situations like that, you wonder why men or women aren't having sex as much because nobody wants to have sex with their mother or their son. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to slow down. I had to learn how to be and talk to you in a manner where you didn't feel degraded or you didn't feel like I was barking orders. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Hey, babe, can you do this for me?" or something like that. I had to soften up, which a lot of times a lot of females aren't softened up because of whatever happened in life or that's made them hard over a period of time.
Plus your military background
my
fed into that also.
It was do it now, ask questions later,
Right.
And so I will say that I had a really hard time with slowing down and being okay.
And that's what I mean, ladies, by creating space for your man. most men, we don't know, okay, where can I fit in at? Because your life is so structured and organized. When I met Dee,
yeah,
her life, she had 3 jobs. She was going to school. She was taking care of both her kids by herself. So, man, she was like, pow, 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 pow.
Yeah.
So I say, hey, let's go out on a date. I ain't got no time. How we going to go out on a date? I got my kids. I got my job. I got to go to school. I'm involved in my church.
Yeah.
She had so much stuff going on that was no space for me. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Now, and that's why I'm saying it, because this is the psychology behind. Remember, as a metaphysician, I just deal with what causes behavior. I don't really focus on the behavior. Now, the behavior is these 3 words: needed, wanted, and valued. But that's what we see on the outside. What those 3 words really mean, needed, wanted, and valued, really means, men, we want to be able for you to trust us, to accept us, and to respect us. If a woman does that for a man will follow you around in broad daylight with a flashlight looking for you. Guaranteed, ladies, try it and see. If you got a man, now remember, all of the dominant culture and all the Kevin Samuels out there, they say something totally different. Now, so I'm not talking about men who basically playing games. I'm not talking about men who, like, all this alpha male, this dude got this alpha male side. Now, I did that too. I played games, I ran, I did all that stuff before
But I think an alpha male, they don't have to even say that they are an alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. That's how
a lion, when you see a lion, you know he a lion.
He don't walk around with no
I'm lion.
He don't got no entourage and all that stuff. He just is. His disposition, his energy. So a real man, he don't need, like, I got a fancy car, but a real man doesn't need a fancy car. I got the fancy car not because I need it. I got the fancy car because I value it. I add value to the car. The car don't add value to me. Totally different.
Get it.
And so once you understand that, then bam. What's up, Sister Deborah?
Hey!
Queen King. And so it's very important that in relationships, especially for women, this is really hard. What my wife just said is very important. Because in the beginning, we struggled because that was nothing for me to do.
Yeah.
I need something to do. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I like to fix stuff. I like to work on stuff. And I'm more of a spiritual or mental man than I am a physical one. So my wife is more physical. That's why, gardening, fix the door, do the dishwasher. That's not really me. But I deal with, hey, if something spiritual is going on in the house, if some nigga try to run through this front door, that's more of my, hey, call me, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, when I say you create a space for your man so that way he feels I'm needed, I'm wanted, and I'm valued, which means you trust me. Because remember, ladies, most men, we don't feel like you trust us with your most prized possession. That's the cookie and your kids. So most women, they don't trust a man enough to leave their children with a man or the cookie. And so what does that mean? Like like when Steve Harvey came out with that whole thing,
think like a man.
Think like a man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Why would you think like a man? If you think like a man, you're going to become a man. Now, I like Steve Harvey, no disrespect, but man, a woman should think like a woman. I don't want to marry a man. Because remember, you bring about what you think about. That's what the Bible says. So if you think like a man, ladies, you will become a man. You actually establish the field based upon your thoughts. Because your thoughts create your feelings.
Yeah.
Your feelings create your aura or your field, and your field create what is real. It draws to you. That's what the law of attraction is. So you draw to you what you think. So if you're thinking like a man, you're gonna draw to you.
Yeah.
Men. But it's gonna be a combat, because I don't want these 3 things. Now, ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. Now, women want stability, devotion, and protection, which means, because remember, stability, devotion, protection. But what does that really mean?
When you say devotion, what do you mean?
That means women want to be number 1 in your life. They want to feel like I'm the only woman in his life. Devotion means adored.
Okay.
A woman wants to be cherished. She wants to feel special.
Yeah.
my wife don't want me to treat her the same way I treat everybody else.
Right.
Otherwise, why is she my wife?
Right.
I have to treat her special.
Yes.
Different. I can't treat her the way I treat my clients.
Right.
So I use verbiage. I don't never call my wife queen or goddess, because I call my clients that. So I call my wife triple chocolate. I call my wife, I have a certain buzzword and name for my wife that's different.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call Cheryl West that. I'm not going to call Sister Deborah that. I'm not going to call I'm not going to use the same terms. And I tell my wife that too. My wife, sometimes she was calling, I think it was Alex, somebody she was calling other people baby or honey. And that's a term, so I was like, I need something just for me.
And I got him Sugar Bear.
So now she got a term just for me. To make me feel special. Warm and fuzzy.
And you know what? And that's part of the needed part, because I will say it was hard for me when we first got together to understand the creating a space. Because I'm like, if I'm talking to you, I'm on the phone, I'm telling you that you need it, that ought to be enough.
Right.
But I learned...
We need more, ladies.
Right. I learned that I needed to be more feminine. And... hey, Heidi! That's my buddy. I learned... Yes,
what's up, Heidi?
I learned I needed to be more feminine. And when I say feminine, I more ladylike. I was already a woman.
Right.
But becoming more feminine in how I moved, how I walked, how I talked. Exactly. Because all the jobs that I had were masculine. I went to the military. It was more masculine feel. You know, I was corrections, masculine. Then security at the apartment complex, masculine. So everywhere I was going, I was in charge. And so it was hard for me to like stop and be like, okay, this is not something that, you know, this is not a job situation.
Would you say you still struggle with that a little bit?
Yes.
Yep.
I still struggle with it today on like being, and
I feel it all the time.
Funny thing is, like, I even Googled it, like how to become more feminine. Because I'm like, I was like, I want to become more feminine and I want to become more sexual. Sensual, yes.
Right.
Yeah, sensual.
You got the sexual, but the sensual, the seductive part.
Yeah, like I don't even know how to do that. I even like how to go about that, and I try, and it looks goofy. So I was like, yeah, no.
You do a good job, baby.
Whatever, it's horrible. So, but yeah, I also want to learn, because it's an ongoing learning process,
right? Of
how to be feminine.
And I gotta learn the romantic aspect of it. Yeah. Because being more romantic. Yeah. I struggle with that. I struggle with all of the details. You know, now the act is great, but all of the before, right, and the after, right. You know, if it was just the act, okay, I'm good.
Because women, we like to get prepared for sex throughout the day. Right. So we like the flowers or the call or the, hey, baby, I was thinking about you, or the kiss on the forehead, or, you know, something like that. Like when you come up behind me, like while I'm cooking in the kitchen or something like that.
All that little stuff.
That's the stuff that leads up to sex, like midday, afternoon, all that kind of stuff. Right. So women, I know, well, for me, that sex for me is an all-day thing. Right. At night, it's just the residual effect.
Right, from what was done throughout the day.
Right.
And so that kind of leads me to the number one key and the real meat of what I'm talking about. Ladies, for men, the number one thing when we talk about that is respect it. Men, if we feel like our woman doesn't respect us, ladies, we out.
But what's respect? So give me respect.
And then for ladies, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If a lady doesn't feel reassured, then the lady is out.
So give me your definition of respect.
The definition of respect
for men, not for women, right? For men.
Because how does a man feel respected? Like a man feels respected when the woman looks at him the way you look at me. And it's more than the physical with the eyes. That's part of it. But there is a certain amount of trust that you convey because you believe in me. Respect means that, you know what? If I was like that when we was in the military, you know, and they ask you, you know, would you be, you know, would you be in a foxhole? At the end of the day, when it comes down, trust is if we're in a battle and I got the front, do I trust you to cover my back?
Yeah.
That's what men want a woman. Now, all of the other attributes, you know, the physical stuff, intelligence, money, sure, all that's great. But at the end of the day, man, especially for a black man, now it may be different for, because where can I go? Who can I call? Like when I had COVID, when I was sick for that whole month.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. No. That's what I'm talking about. That's respect. Respect is, man, when you on your back, can you really trust your woman is going to do shit to actually help you survive, or she going to let you die and go get another man? Man, that's rare. I mean, I don't know too many people that got that. I don't know too many people that's willing to put their life in their mate's hand. A lot of people say that on purpose. I mean, on surface.
Yeah.
But when it hits the fan, and you flat on your back, man, like I had no energy and I couldn't breathe, and it was hard and stuff. I ain't go to no doctor, nobody. But do I trust the doctor more than I trust my wife? No, that's why I didn't go.
Yeah. I
would not go to the doctor and to the hospital and let a nurse that I don't know take care of me. Nah, bro. I'd rather trust my wife. If I'm going to leave this planet, I'm going to leave this planet in my own bed with my wife, trying to figure out, man, and my God, what's going on.
And he wasn't getting up out here no time soon.
That's what we did. That's why I'm still here. So that to me, that is what I wish every man had what I got. And this is honest truth. I wish every man, because a lot of men don't. And I'm telling you, and I spent my whole life without it. So now that I got it, shit, that's why I'm here. Yeah. I'm saying, ladies, I'm telling you, if you really want to know what a relationship is, every man really deep down, especially if he's a black man, because there's nowhere I can go. I can't even go to my family. I can't go to my kids. I can't go to my brothers and sisters. Now, I love my brothers and sisters. But really, it ain't their job either. That's what God said, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Yeah. Because the wife, and there ain't too many women out there that really got the resolve, I'm going to use that word, to be able to do what you do. Some ladies, you know, no disrespect, ladies, some of y'all skittish. Meaning that when it hits the fan, y'all out. Yeah. Like, let's be for real. When it hits the fan, man, you be like, shoot, I'm going to trade this Negro in for another one. Why? Because that man, it doesn't do for you what you're doing for him. What women need is to be reassured. Now, reassurance is, my wife knows.
I am a big reassurance person. Like, I need it like every hour-ish. Like,
because she got it, but she just needs to know that she got it. Yeah. My job is to remind my wife, you the bomb. You got it. She said, babe, do I look good? Shh, babe, you banging. And then she's like, okay, cool.
Yep. And it's crazy because when you tell me I look good, or like I look sexy or something like that, like, it makes me hold my head up a little bit higher, you know, and I know everybody gonna be like, oh, well, you gotta have self-confidence already and blah, blah, blah. But it's something different when your mate sees that you are still sexy. Because we've been together for 15 years. So after 15 years, it's like, do you still find me attractive? Do you still find me sexy? Will you still find me sexy 5 years from now? You know what I'm saying? So, like, for your mate to say that you still got it, and I know I'm like a really, in that point, needy, because, like, I need that, like, babe, you still got it, or you still sexy, or, like, like, I don't know what women don't. I know it's women out there that need it more than the average. I'm probably in that category. But yeah.
And that's what men are here. And the ladies, it's not like, especially these, you know, like, it's very interesting because, you know, women who like the Beyoncés of the world out there, they got all this money, they got all of this blah, 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 you know, but at the end of the day, there's nothing like getting value or getting that reassurance from the person who knows you the most or the best. Yeah. Because, see, they know your flaws. And what that means is, I accept you flaws and all. I don't care. I don't care about your flaws because they're not. I don't see them as flaws. I see them as attributes and characteristics that make you you. That's what makes you special to me. And so, for a woman, I remember going on in the dominant culture. a lady, because when y'all go out in the world, man, y'all get bombarded with all of these stick models and
Wait, you talking about social media
on TV.
It's a thing with dark skinned girls, bright skinned girls, you name it, we feel. And then you have the guys now that came out like the Kevin Samuels dude. Oh, right. You have to be like this, you have to be like that, and you have to.
You 30, you got 2 kids.
You suck. When I heard that, I promise you, I was like, oh my God, I am a -2 going to a -1. Like, it was horrible. And it is a constant bombarding of you are not good enough in this society.
Yep. Especially the black woman, man.
Yeah,
the black woman, you know, and like my boy Omar Johnson, man, y'all up against all these snow bunnies, and it's crazy. Because every black man that's in a position of high value, according to Kevin Samuels, he got a snow bunny. You know, as a retired one myself, because I was married, my first marriage, I was married to a white woman.
Yeah.
That's why I like breaking that down to explain to black women why black men marry white women. And that's huge, because if we do not address the elephant in the room, you know, and it has to be coming from somebody, it can't come from a Dr. Umar Johnson who has never been married to a white woman. I was married to a white woman for 25 years.
Yeah. So
the question is why? And I tell everybody, you cannot marry outside of your race unless you don't understand your culture. That's what it really is. You know, when you really see a black man marrying a white woman, it's because he lacks self-confidence and needs validation. Nobody want to talk about that. That is the elephant in the room.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a big elephant.
That's a lie.
That's a whole other show.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's true. Every black man, look at the black men. Look at all of the all the sports, especially in sports. I don't know, other than maybe like in football.
Well, according to Kevin Samuels, the reason why black men are going towards that way is because black women are not feminine enough. We have kids outside of marriage. No. We are not skinny enough. All kind of reasons and why
it's not addressing the true. Remember, I'm looking for what causes people to exhibit certain behaviors. As a behavioral modification specialist, I make my money by doing this. So all my clients come to me because they need their behavior modified. And so the only way to modify someone's behavior is to go back and find the cause, their original seed, their energy imprint. And if you go back, you usually gotta ask that the question why 7 times to get to the true cause, the causality of this reality. And when I examine myself, and when I look at because all my brothers are the same way, and I look at all the black men that I've talked to, that I personally know, that have married outside of their race, everybody says on the surface, because the white woman is less combative. She's more cooperative. She doesn't compete. She cooperates. So then the question is why? So if you don't ask why when someone gives you an answer, if you just take that answer, you got to go and you got to ask why 7 times to get to the true reason why what they're doing.
About?
Yeah, Kevin Samuels out there. I mean, but for high value men, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know. I personally don't know. Man, and I know a few high value men, but most of them are Caucasian. There's not too many high value, economically high value.
No, because that's not true. Because like you are a high value man, according to Kevin Samuels' definition of a high value man, you are a high value man.
Right.
And so I mean.
But finding other people to hang out with like me.
Oh, it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to find other black men who are in that economic
but
position.
You're not really somebody that's like an advocate for friends.
Right.
Yeah, you don't need friends like that.
But most high value men are not either, because they busy. And we value our time like gold. I mean,
his clients will come down here from Virginia, from Philadelphia, from New York. And guess what? And they'll fly in. They'll be like, hey, Doc, I came to hang out, blah, blah, blah. And he will tell them, I am busy. And I was like, no, you're not. Those people flew down here on their dime, on their time. Like, you have to appreciate that.
Absolutely. Not on my time though.
God.
I appreciate everybody. As long as they don't mess up my schedule.
Oh my God, he is a scheduled person.
Because in relationships, everything. Because at the end of the day, and this is very important, especially for women, you have to keep promises to yourself. We will keep our promises to our employers. If your supervisor on your job says, I need you here at 8 a.m., you will be there at 8 a.m. But if you tell yourself tomorrow I'm going to get up and work out at 8 a.m., you may and you may not. I'm putting all my money on the fact that you ain't getting up at 8. But if your job calls you, if the IRS calls you, if you get summoned to court, we put all this other BS above us. We value other things more than we value ourselves.
I will tell you why. Well, at least for women. At least for women, and I can't say for women on a broad spectrum, but I will say for me.
Right.
In church, I was taught that you have to put everybody else, and you got to take care of everybody else.
Wow.
Above
Self.
you, because that's selfish.
Right.
And Jesus came and he was selfless. So if you take time to care for yourself, then that's been selfish, and that's not what God came to do. And so I know I struggle with that daily, especially like with the kids calling or games or something like that. Like it is a struggle for me to choose me.
Bam. Ooh. Wow.
It is a struggle because that's hard.
That's deep.
And then
that's deep.
If I choose me, and if I follow through on choosing me, I can only blame me.
Right.
Like I don't have nobody else to fall back on.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's solely up to me. That's my problem. That's my responsibility. That's my fault.
Right.
And so a lot of times we will go to the outside because it's easier to deal with people outside.
Right.
Because we don't really have to do the work of fixing what's going on.
Exactly.
Because by doing that and choosing you, you have to fix you. You have to deal with what's wrong, and like
100%.
Old childhood things come up. Like
comes up to the
I
top.
remember when I was running, like I would be crying while I'm running.
And
it's because, and I was like, why the heck am I crying? But it's because things are coming up that I have no idea that they're there.
That you buried.
And you don't know. And it's just like, so I'm as a woman, especially with kids. And then you like, okay, well, I'll get my life started once they're grown and gone. But once they're grown and gone, it's just a whole nother level of like responsibilities that they need. Just because they're not living with you don't mean that they don't have the responsibilities of kids. So like being a mother don't stop like once they leave.
Exactly.
But mothers, we will say quick, oh, I'll get my life started when they're gone.
That's what they call it, a coping mechanism in psychology. So it allows you, that's the mechanism that allows you to make yourself feel comfortable while really being uncomfortable. And so you have to kind of address the elephant in the room, which it gets into actually doing the spirit work or the psychological work of actually
which is the hardest work.
That's the hardest thing is to work on yourself. It's easy to work on someone else. It's easy for me to tell somebody else to do something, but am I willing to do it? And that's what, that's what we're talking about. I mean, that's what I do for a living, and that's what this show is all about. Is in order for a relationship to work, you got to work on yourself. You got to work on your mate. Like the only way that our relationship works is because I'm always working on me, and my wife is working on her.
And it's a constant thing that you have to do
every day.
Every day, because we'll say things to each other, and he'll make me think, or I'll make him think. And it's like, you know what? Maybe it is like that. Just that. And then just that statement will make you, it'll start the cycle of working on yourself.
It'll start to make you think. To think outside of the box. Because at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, this is really important in relationships. It's in the word. It's the relating ship. A ship is a vessel in the water. We're made up primarily of waters. This is maritime law. We are really vessels. We're vessels of honor or vessels of dishonor. So you are a ship, sailing along the sea. And, Your job is to make sure that your vessel, again, kind of like when Noah built the ark, you need to build an ark that's going to be able to float.
Right.
And that's going to be able to go with the flow or with the current, because you want to make sure that it's steady. And so that vessel is you. So my job is to not to criticize my wife and try to change my wife and to make her into a little version of me. That's not my job. My job is to work on myself. And it's full-time job working on me. And so once you understand that, okay, it's not about changing. I wonder if that's Naya's, it's not about changing someone else. It's about changing yourself. And that's why self-love is the most important thing. So what my wife just said, how difficult it is, and I know that our women, especially black women, struggle with this, really because of our upbringing, and because, even though the church has a good ideal, but the method of making yourself a doormat, a second-class citizen, like when you get paid, you should pay yourself first. Because that shows you that you value yourself more than you value your bills. If you pay your bills first, your energy goes to your bills. If you pay yourself first, your energy goes to yourself. So you want to always exude positive energy to yourself. That's why every time you break a promise to yourself, you lower your immune system. And this is scientifically proven. If I tell myself that I'm going to reward myself by doing A, B, C, and D, and then it comes around and it's like, well, you know what, I'm going to pay this bill instead of actually going out. And that's why I encourage my wife to get her nails done, get her hair done, do stuff for herself. Because, again, she's doing stuff for so many other people. But none of that stuff will get done if she's not here. Mm-hmm. So the most important person is her. But she put her energy into other people. So my job is to make sure that she put energy back into herself. That's what I'm here for, to kind of bring it back.
And that's a covering, though, because that's the definition of a husband.
Right.
And I know that, like, when I go get my nails done, it's not going to be a bill that falls behind because I go get my nails done. Because I know my husband, he brings just as much as value as I do. Right. So it's like, okay, it's a partnership.
Exactly.
And I make sure that my husband will never buy himself socks, underwear, or clothes, period.
So until they fall off.
And I'm just like, this guy, like, no, I am not having my husband walk around. You'll drive $100,000 car, but then you'll hold your underwear because you won't go buy you none.
You don't see my drawers?
I do.
Nobody else do.
No.
So nobody knows I got holes in my underwear.
Well, not no more, thank God.
Yeah, because you buy me some new ones.
Yeah. That's called teamwork.
Hey, Conrad, she got tired of seeing my holy drawers, man.
Yes.
So she went out and brought me some new underwear.
Yes.
A whole bunch of
socks and shirts.
Socks and T-shirts. And, man, I haven't bought underwear, socks, and T-shirts in
10 years?
10 years. That's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, because...
But it's like, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, a woman provides so much that y'all men have no clue what happens. Like, because
that's funny.
You don't see, I do the grocery shopping.
Right.
I predominantly do most of the
cooking.
Just eat. Yep. I predominantly do all of the cleaning.
I like to eat.
Shopping, clothes, and shoes, and
like
all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
like toilet paper.
He hasn't bought toilet paper since we've been together. Like, women provide so much that men don't even know that they're getting taken care of.
Oh, I know. Trust and believe. That's why you go to Jared's a lot.
That's true. I do go to Jared's.
I be tithing to Jared's. Tithing. Like Jared's be like, Mr. Rogers, we need that tithe today, bro.
We going back today.
We are? Oh, snap. But all right, y'all. We got to get up out of here. The wife got things to do. But
what's up, Bam? That's Bam.
Who?
Michael Terry.
That's Bam's real name?
That's Bam-alicious.
Bam, that's your real name?
That's
for real?
Yeah.
Michael Terry?
Yeah.
I never knew that was his real name.
Yeah.
What's up, Michael Terry?
My wife, by mine, also I got damn steady pair of drawers.
I feel you, Conrad.
But that's good, though. That means your wife, that's how we care, though.
Right.
Because we...
What's up, Kenesha?
We care and we love and we want you to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And if we see something that
is true,
that needs to happen, especially for the person that we lay down with, and it's not getting done, like when you had to tell me, you was like, babe, I need some underwear, I felt so bad as a wife. I was
I know
like,
you told me
that's
that. I
my
was like,
job. Like,
why you feel bad?
because that's my job.
I
Like,
got
to
bad
be, yeah.
old underwear.
I'm like, if I don't do anything, I need to buy your damn drawers. Like, what's going on? like, come on.
That is
Like,
so
that's
funny.
my responsibility. And it's
That's
like,
funny.
my man should never have hoes or never even have to say, babe, we need, especially something dealing in the house, because women, we home.
Right. Yep.
We take care of the
Take care of
home.
the home front.
So that means if somebody had to say something, especially my man, and say,
Yeah.
hey, I need you to pay attention to this, it's like, oh, damn, what have I been doing?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
like
true.
hello.
That's
Because you
very
take,
true.
and that, but not for all men. It's for men that take care of business. Men that take care of business, if they
Man,
do that,
you motivated.
yeah, you like, oh no, I need to go do this like today. Like if anything needs to happen, like it
Right.
needs to happen today. But a man that's like not really taking care of business and the woman not really happy, like,
Yeah.
baby, I need some draws. Them your damn self. That's why
Yeah.
a woman is so quick to be like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, because your man ain't taking care of business.
Wow.
It's not because that the woman she don't want to.
Right.
It's just that you're not really taking care of business to her
Right.
level.
Right.
And
Which is providing that
right.
reassurance.
Right.
And that environment that reassures her that you number one.
Right.
That you special, you're cherished.
Right.
And I'm here to assist by making sure that if there's anything that you need,
Right.
and to provide that sense
Because
of
we're a help
security and
mate.
protection.
Right.
Right.
Because if the
So
man
men,
is
y'all
doing
listening,
it,
man?
yeah, if the man is do what we need to do.
Right.
And if somebody bring it up, it's like get to it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But if a man ain't doing what he's supposed to do, it's like, I ain't making your plate. I ain't cooking your dinner. I ain't
Yep.
cleaning your house. I ain't doing this
Ooh.
because of you didn't provide.
You're not
that.
doing your
Right.
doing
You're not
your
pulling your part.
Yep.
So why you telling me about what I ain't doing and you ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah.
Well, all right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Out here.
Yes.
Again, all we discussed today, kind of quick recap. Basically, there's a difference between connection
Yes.
and compatibility, comfort, and chemistry. All those other three C's are very important, but the most important thing is having a spiritual connection with your mate that transcend time. And it's like old friends. You know, there's some friends that you don't talk to them for 2 or 3 years, and then when they do call you, I just pick up where they
My
left
army
off.
buddies, all my army
Right.
buddies.
So that's a connection.
Yeah.
So that connection, that you guys have was established by different, things, different ways. Well, that connection transcends time. It
Yeah.
allows for you to continue to respect each other regardless of distance, space. So that trumps a lot of comfort and all of the other things.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we discussed was, for me, which is very important because that's what the word connection means. So it's one thing to say I have a connection with my wife. But what does that mean? That means as a man, I want to make sure that my wife knows she's number one, that my wife knows she's cherished and she's adored and she's special. That means I got to do stuff to make her feel that way. I can't say stuff. And then number three, I have to reassure her constantly she is the bomb.com.
Yeah.
And I do that not only with my speech, but also with my actions and with my energy to make sure that she feels reassured. Men, that's very important. You have to make sure that your woman feels loved, valued, and respected. That you create an environment where she feels safe to be able to be her true, authentic self. Because out in the world, she has to wear a mask. She has to, go out and pretend and try to be stuff. But she should be vulnerable. She should be able to share her true, authentic self with you. That's a connection. So I know all my wife's strengths and I know all of her weaknesses. And I totally accept. That's assurance. My wife knows that this is a safe environment for her. Because I let her know you are the one and only woman in my life. And I make her feel special. I make her feel, adorned to the best of my ability because she's high maintenance.
No, I'm not.
She got a
No, I'm
special.
not.
She got her own parking spots at Jarrett's. She pulls up there. They say, "Mrs. Rogers, you come on in. You're back." And so,
That
I ain't
is
saying
not
it's easy, brothers.
true.
No, I'm just saying.
It's not easy,
But-
but success is hard though. Because
It's easy. It is easy.
But the
y'all.
thing is that like if success was easy, everybody would be doing it. If
Right.
marriage was easy, everybody be married. But it's
That is
work,
true.
and a lot of people ain't. They don't like
ain't
work.
willing to do it,
Yeah,
so.
people would quit jobs because they don't like working. So, and they get money.
So men, make sure you do those 3 things.
Yes.
Make sure that she feels like she's number one and the only, that she's special, and that she's safe. It's okay.
Yes.
There's a stable, safe environment. Now, ladies, in return, what I want for my wife,
Yes, tell me.
and
What
what
do you
all
want?
men want for
Yes.
me, I need to know that number one, there's space for me in your life.
Yes, it is.
I need to know that there's room for me.
Yes.
I need to know that you want me above all the other men out there. There's a lot of
Yes.
other options you have.
Yes.
I need to make sure that I'm thebomb.com
It's
in
no
your
options.
life.
It's no options.
Okay?
Cool.
I need to make sure that I'm needed and I'm wanted.
You are needed and you're wanted.
And number three, I need to make sure that I'm respected.
Yes.
Valued.
Yes.
Respect just simply means that, okay, what you did when I had, COVID and I was flat on my back, that you was more concerned about me than you was about loving hip hop or whatever's, Jim Bob is doing down the street.
You know why I keep saying that.
So, ladies, as long as you, and that comes down to one word, ladies. At the end of the day, when we talk this all up, at the end of the day, out of all the things that we talked about, ladies, as a black man in America, there's nowhere I can go and feel like I'm the bomb. I can't. When I'm a black man, I leave my house, I get pulled over for driving while black. If I go to the store, I'm going to get followed because I watched this TikTok video where this couple got kicked out of IHOP, a black couple in Georgia. The dude got jumped by like 10 cops, slammed because they asked him to leave. Granted, he started to go, like always, he started going off at the mouth with the cops instead of just leaving, because he was like, well, what do we do? And they just like, they didn't want to serve him. I don't want to stay in a restaurant that they don't want to serve me.
Yeah, I'm out.
So he should have just left. But now he stayed there. So they called the cops and say, hey, and they say, sir, we need you to leave. But but still, why? For whatever reason, they didn't want to serve him. Maybe because he was a black man. So that's what I'm saying. Black women, if you got a black man, it's hard for us because everywhere we go, there's an energy in the air that says, Negro, you suspect. So when I come home, I don't want to be suspect in my own house. I need my wife to look at me and create an environment that say, honey, they don't respect you out there. I respect you in here.
Yep.
And give us that. I'm telling you, ladies, men, especially black men, if we feel like, you know what, you're not needy, but you need me because there's certain things that you can't do or you prefer not to do. And I can do it, okay? I feel like I got a job. Number one.
Yeah.
Once I know that, okay, I feel needed, then number two is wanted. Wanted member means, like we was talking about when we was at HEB, when I took her stuff out of the basket and she grabbed it and put it back and put it in the basket. That means that I got options, but I want you.
Yeah.
Women, you have to make sure that your man know I'm with you because I want to be here, boo-boo. But don't get it twisted.
Not because I have to be.
I don't have to be here. I got options. Ladies, make sure your man knows. I'm telling you, otherwise you're going to get disrespected. It's something about it. I don't know. It's psychology in men. Men, we love women who are strong, who are with us because they see our worth and value, and they say, I choose that one. It's like there's a line up. There's 10 lions. The lioness come in the wild. They say the lioness chooses the lion that has the best genes for her offspring's survival. That's what men want. The men, we want a woman there's 10 dudes up. They say, I want that one right there. Why? Because he gives me the best chance of survival. So that's, ladies, I'm telling you. So that what that mean though? That means that you're a lioness. That means you got options, but I choose you. So I know in my brain.
Yeah.
That keeps me from nutting up. Because I'm telling you, ladies, the man will nut up unless he knows.
Yes, they
I
will.
got a lioness that got options. So, I want you, but I don't need you. There's a big difference, ladies. If your energy is, honey, I want you here. Because I love you, because I respect you. That man ain't going nowhere. But if you want your man because you need your man. You thirsty and you thirst trapped him. Right. I'm not saying y'all did, but I'm just saying.
Because some women honestly are just happy to have a man.
Right.
And then when a man knows that, it's a wrap.
That man wants to be your man.
Right.
And the way that he's your man is because you selected him and you have other options, but you choose him because of what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
And when you're able to establish that, that keeps the energy equal. So that way, your man doesn't look down on you. He doesn't look up to you. He looks across and say, I got a mate that's here to help me meet and fight the battles out here. Because that's what the woman, when we establish a relationship with you, because we want to build something.
Yeah.
That's why men get married. We do all this other stuff. We cheaper. When we settle down and we get ready, you know what? I want to build something to leave for my children's children. We start looking for a wife. Make sure, ladies, if you got a man, ask him, are you ready to build? If that man tells you that, what is your 5-year plan? He got to answer you. Next. Only married men who are ready to get married. A man that is ready to get married is a man that's ready to build. He's ready to settle down and grow some roots and establish something that's called an inheritance. I'm that man. Bam. That's why I got a wife.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Well, we love you. We appreciate you. Until next weekend.
Till next week.
Good show, Triple Chocolate.
Yes, teamwork.
We're going to see y'all. We will see y'all
next week.
Next week.
Yep. 12 o'clock.
All right, Reverend Charlotte the West. I love you. Appreciate you. Everybody else, we love you guys. Talk to you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.